Hey guys, it's Nina.
And Ashley back with the bullshit.
And this is the Young and Getting It podcast.
Turn up.
Yep, we're back. Episode 5. Just a quick reminder, you guys can find us on iTunes, free on iTunes, under Young and Getting It podcast. There's no G at the end of Getting.
When you search us, we pop up first.
Yeah, we do. Okay. Easy. And if you've seen the logo, you know. You're going to see us. We're number 1. So you can find us on iTunes under Young and Getting It podcast. You can also find us on SoundCloud under Young and Getting It podcast or soundcloud.com/WeAreYagip. You can also find us on Instagram at YAGI_podcast.
Same on Twitter.
Yes, YAGI_podcast. And remember, for iTunes, remember to subscribe. Feel free to rate and review, hit us up. Our email is ashleyandninapod@gmail.com. ashleyandninapod@gmail.com. Let us know how you feel. Feel free to critique, because we're a young podcast, so we're liking it right now.
And send us your look at gods.
Oh, yeah.
We forgot to do one last week.
We did.
But it's okay.
Because we do one on this episode. Yeah. So send us your look at God, something that God has done for you, whether good or bad things are happening in your life. Something good is happening. And for you non-religious people, you can call it look at something else. We still want to hear the good things that are happening for you. Okay?
Keep your head up.
Keep your head up. Yeah. So, are we ready to introduce this episode?
Y'all, let's get ready to get into it. So, on this week, we have 2 special guests. We have Official Tazz and King Vader. You might remember them back from in the Vine days. Now they dominate Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, any and everything, Wolf Graphic ENT as well. So, they're all part of a collective. Hilarious videos. I watch the videos a lot. Like, they're really funny.
Yeah,
it's comedy.
Ashley introduced them to me, and I was like, wow, this is the best video of the year, the specific one that I saw, but we'll definitely talk about that in the episode. So, we don't want to keep you guys waiting.
Let's get into it.
We have King Vader in the building.
Hey, what's happening?
And Tazz.
We out here, ain't we?
I wanted them to shout out their Instagram, all that first. So
let them know where to find you, because they're about to hear some interesting stuff about you. So they might as well start looking you up.
I bet. So my Instagram has just officially changed to King Vader. At first it was I am King Vader. If you search that account, that's not me. I mean, that is me. That's my second account, but my official account now is King Vader.
Okay.
The real one.
Yeah, that's the real one. That's the real one.
You got anything else? I know you're on Twitter too.
Yeah, on my Twitter is actually I am King Vader. Me and Twitter, we still talking about, that name. So, yeah.
You can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Official Tazz. You can find me on Twitter at It's Official Tazz. So yeah.
And another thing, we also, me and Tazz, we're a part of a group called Wolf Graphic. So that's when we post our events and stuff like that. So if you want to see more about our big projects, our Instagram for that page is wolfgraphic.
On YouTube.
This is Instagram. You gotta take it one step at a time. It's wolfgraphic.ent on Instagram, and you can see our big projects and all of our group collaborating together.
Okay.
And then on YouTube, it's just Wolf Graphic. You can see all that projects and all that.
Yeah.
And all the members of the group.
Yeah.
Awesome. And we'll make sure to tag that at the bottom, so you guys can just click it and hop right in there.
Yep.
Dope.
Okay, so we know you have fans who are listening right now, and they know who you are. But for the people who don't know who you are, do you want to give them a little background of where you started and how you got here?
Okay, so for me, basically, I was born in Chicago. Just a kid who, I didn't really know what I wanted in life. So, I moved to Maryland because, the savages started coming to Chicago, so I had to get up out of there. I went to Maryland, and I met, my other family, the family on my mom's side. And basically, I met my cousin there, and he basically introduced me into this filming world. And ever since then, I just been making videos, and so for people who really don't know me, I'm a guy who, just makes crazy, dope, entertaining videos, videos you haven't seen on social media.
So how did you go from not having made any videos at all to a ton of people watching your videos?
It was crazy because it's like just like being on Vine. Like I started on this app called Vine, and I remember what 0 followers felt like. I remember what not having people to watch my videos feel like. So it's like at this point, it's like I'm pretty humble because I understand what the bottom is. People forget. Like I know it's 0 followers, so it's like, it's just it's mind blowing to me to see like even millions of views under my videos, people DMing me, telling me how much they loved my videos, or just celebrities contacting me. It's out of this world, but it's something that I wished for when I was coming up. I was like, I want to be this guy, and now I'm that guy that I wanted to be when I was coming up. So it's crazy.
I know that feels
That's
good.
beautiful.
It feels great.
Like, I'm not there yet. I still work a job that I hate, but it's coming.
I mean, you're a damn neurophysiologist. Calm down.
Yeah, that shit sucks though. I work a
Hello,
lot.
what is that?
A neurophysiologist. So I just basically I monitor the integrity of people's spinal cord, and then their brain waves as well. Like just to make sure like your brain's still functioning the right way, and making sure your spinal cord's functioning the right way, like your motor, your ability to move, and then sensory, like your ability to like feel touch and things like that. So I just monitor those in the operating room during surgery.
Oh my
That's
God.
dope.
So I see surgery every day. I was in a surgery today.
I feel like you're the important person that they call.
She is. She really
but
is.
then sometimes they act like I'm not, so it's frustrating. Like I'll get there and they'll yell at me like, "Why weren't you here sooner?" Like some dumb shit, and I'm just like, "All right, like you called me and I wasn't even scheduled to work. Be happy I'm here."
No,
I'm
facts.
like,
Yeah.
Facts. So like, is
calm the
that
fuck down.
like just seeing that, like, is it like, I mean, are you used to like seeing all the blood and all that
She
stuff?
show
See,
is.
like that's the thing. Like with like how surgery is in like movies and TV and stuff, it's really different. Like in the operating room, like you don't even know there's a person under the drapes because like they literally block off like the whole patient's body except for like the little strip that they're operating on. So like it doesn't look like a person. So like you get desensitized really quick.
Yeah, like on TV, they be having like blood flying out,
Yeah,
and I'm just like, is this
I mean,
what
sometimes
happens?
it happens. Sometimes on occasion something exciting happens and blood flies across the
Oh,
room.
y'all get excited for
I
that?
think that's cool because you don't see it often.
That's so
Oh,
terrifying.
Yeah.
that's fucking nasty. Yeah, like I moved out of working in a hospital because we both did this thing called clinical care extenders, where we
shit
were like
sucks.
nurse assistants. She said yes when they asked her to carry a dead body to the
Oh,
morgue.
no, you got.
It was still warm, guys.
I would have said
Oh,
no.
I
No.
want to pass that to the next person.
Like I would have said no.
Not.
Man, I just need. You could put that on your resume.
Yep.
Like who
That's
else
very
gonna
true.
carry a dead body?
Yeah, I
Like,
carried a dead body.
You know,
a few times.
my nigga, I did that shit.
That's dope, Hey, you're hired.
Honestly, I think that helped me get my job I have now. though,
Hey, it
'cause, like,
probably did.
Yeah.
You gotta have balls to do my job because like sometimes surgeons they're intimidating people sometimes, you know, because they like they did a lot, like they know a lot, and they're about to like operate on a person, and they have asshole attitudes. Some of them. So.
I feel like it's only because it's life or death. If they sneeze wrong, like that person's dead.
Right.
Like, they
No,
can sneeze,
for
it's
real.
over.
Yeah,
Cut
that's
the
like
What do
wrong
they do
way.
when they sneeze?
They sweating and
I've
stuff.
never seen a surgeon sneeze during surgery. I've seen
wow.
one cough, but sneeze no.
Does he just like cough in his arm?
Or is he cough inside the person's
Bitch, he
body?
coughs just out.
That's nasty.
You got
That's
a
fucking
mask
gross.
on.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was about to
thinking about
say,
that.
like,
And it goes like under your chin. Like,
Did
the
you just
mask
cough in that
covers
patient's body?
Yeah.
He sneezed
Nasty.
and he got scissors in his hand.
Yeah, I know that little shake that just cuts something. But
crazy.
yeah. But Taz, tell us about your background.
For everyone who doesn't know me, young average guy that grew up on the East Coast, Maryland. I'm an up and coming stand up comedian. I do stand up comedy here and there. I also do like funny skits and post them on social media, and things like that. I'm like the guy that the funny guy of the group. Like just the naturally funny and always just cracking jokes and being like unaware of certain situations, like
Yeah.
Yeah, it's this guy.
So is your ultimate goal to be a comedian?
Yeah, like I want to be like the the best of my ability, like the best of my generation. You know, it's like whenever I'm up on the stage, it's like it's like a warm feeling. Like just the fact of me just being up there and I'm just watching these people laugh at my struggles and my pain. It's just a dope feeling, you know. And it feels like I'm on this earth for like it's a purpose, you know. I'm not just wasting my life and not doing nothing. So like it's a cool, you know, dope feeling that I'm able to like change someone's mood because of, you know, my jokes and my videos and things like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I can't imagine doing stand up. I feel like I'm way too shy for that. Like, and then it would take one heckler, and I'm like, yeah, I'm never doing this again. It would just take one. Like,
it's a lot that comes with it. It's a lot to deal with. But you just gotta like push through it. Sometimes it does get like a little nervousing, but you know.
Yeah, this boy Tazz, when he gets on stage, he looks like a professional.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, who is this guy? This guy goes up and he just shuts things down. Like I definitely see his energy and stuff. So it's like me as a friend, if he went up stage and like, you know, it wasn't that good, you know, I'm gonna let him know like, hey bro, like maybe, you know, maybe there's not, you know. But once he did it, I was just like, whoa, he has potential, you know. So I'm like, you just gotta keep going, you know, perfecting what you do, and you know, every time he gets up there, he just gets better and better and better. So I can't wait to see where he's at in like 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah, the few people that I look up to is like Bernie Mac and Kevin Hart. Like I admire Kevin Hart and how like he came up. Like he's really been grinding.
He came up
like,
cheating though.
But not with the craft, okay? He wasn't cheating with the craft.
Listen, but he owned up to it. How many guys?
He sure did own up to it.
How many guys do you know who own up to it? I was like, Kevin, like I couldn't even be mad at him. I'm like, you the man.
Yeah, that's real though.
Yeah, that's hard as hell to do.
I was surprised. I'm like, wow. Shit.
Like, wow.
We didn't even know you cheated, but all right.
Okay.
Thank you for being truthful.
Yeah, like damn.
It was a surprise for me. I'm like, wow.
I just didn't know what he was talking about. I had to go on the blog.
They accused him of it.
Yeah, they accused him of it, and he responded like, you know, like when people have something to say, you just gotta sit back and laugh, you know. So I'm just like, all right, he didn't do it. Right?
He played us.
Didn't do it.
He played
and
us.
Then a few months ago, he's like, yeah, man.
Hey, man, they got me.
They got me, man. Hey, they finally got me. I was down in the third quarter, you know.
What did you like about Bernie Mac's style?
I love how raw and like uncut he was. He was like the person that would come out on stage and he would say things that, you know, other people would be afraid to say. Like, you know, a lot of comedians, they would always be like politically correct and all that. And he was like, he didn't care to come out on stage, say motherfucker, all this, talk about his nieces and nephews. It was just, I loved it. Like, he just came out and he was just him. Like, he didn't care what anybody thought of him. He didn't care what anybody said. He came out and he did his thing and he didn't let nobody change him. And I just love that about him. Like, he's like one of my favorite comedians. And the reason why, like, I do what I do today. So.
Yeah. You guys have quite a following.
Yeah.
I mean, I got quite a following. This man got
To everybody else, it's both quite a following.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
like normal people.
Does that kind of like push you to do more? Like just seeing that people are like responsive to it.
You know, definitely just seeing like 600K, like that's 600,000. This is one quote that I've been saying since Vine, when I had 3,000 followers on Vine. Every time I reach a new milestone, I ask myself, can you fit this amount of people in the elevator? Like, I had 3,000. I was like, can you fit that in the elevator? No, you can't fit 20 people in the elevator. So I was like, in my mind, I felt famous from the jump. Like, I was just like, that's a, like, even, I celebrate, like, each milestone. I'm like, that's 1,000 people. That is 1,000 eyes who are like, they like me so much that they click the follow button and they want to check on me all the time.
Yeah.
So now that the fact that it's like 600,000, it's just like, whoa, like it's too much to like just sit down and just take all in. All I can do right now is just keep going forward, keep moving up, because like right now my mind is just on that M. I want that million. So
man, you real close.
I know, right?
So
yeah, because we started like when we were younger. We used to do like this web series called like Childhood.
You just gonna say the name out there? You just.
Oh well, now everybody's about to start googling.
Yeah.
I hope it's taking off, but you know.
We were like
Was
really
it on
young.
YouTube?
Yeah, it was on
I'm about to
YouTube.
check.
Oh my god.
It was like listen, we weren't all right. We were bad, you know, back then. We were younger, but it's just crazy because, you know, back then we would get so hyped for like
Small stuff.
100,000 views combined with the videos. Like he would come and be like, "Yo, you know, at 3 videos combined, that makes 100 views." And like we'd be so happy for that. And we're like, well, damn.
Like,
And now,
popping.
and then now we just at a point like we always look back on that and just think like now we get 100,000 views on like one video.
And we
so,
still get mad. We need more.
exactly. So,
But it's not like it's like a greed thing. But
Yeah.
we know that we can do better, and that's the type of competitive mindset that we in. So
Yeah.
every time we work, we always try to do better than our last
Awesome.
project.
But definitely looking back at the past, there are childhood projects, and it pushes us, because we watch how we was acting. It was like that was horrible, but we see how far we've came.
Yeah.
Like, what was that? 6 years ago? 7
It
years
was like
ago?
7, 8 years ago.
And wait, how old are you guys now?
I'm 20.
I'm 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
that was
back when you guys were like 13.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
y'all
like
was
8
in-
years old and stuff like
What?
that.
We met when we were 8 years old.
Yeah.
We pretty much grew up together. I mean,
Yeah, basically.
we can
That's
say
cool.
that now. Like, we pretty much grew up together.
And then that's when Vine came along, and
Yeah, Vine definitely helped. The 6-second app that everyone was on for like 2 years, and then it just disappeared. And people want to make jokes about RP Vine. Look, this is crazy because my Vine career was doing swell. I was getting retweeted. I said retweeted, revine, and my Vines were going to other social medias and even around the world. So and I was in no, I wasn't. Was we in school when it shut down, or we was out of school?
we were out of
It
school.
was a year after we graduated.
It was last year.
No, it was not last year. It was like 2 years ago.
I think.
We was out of school. We was in college.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah. So, the Vine app shut down. Vine was just like, "This is y'all got 10 days left, and this
Yeah, they
app
gave
is
us
over."
Dang. So
They
short
gave us a
notice.
eviction notice.
Yeah, y'all gotta get out of here. You gotta go some other social medias. So, it's crazy because the second Vine died, I'm thinking all my friends are gonna support and be yeah, man. I'm not saying my close friends, but just like
Your
people
fans.
outside,
Yeah.
not
Should've
even
seen what
not
they
even
be
my
saying.
fans. Yeah, the second
Like,
Vine died, they came up to me.
Vine died. So what you about to do?
Oh, shit.
So what's up with you? You done.
Your career must be over, huh? Like,
Hey,
they got straight to the point. I'm
Hey,
like,
bro.
Damn.
Wendy's hiring.
yeah,
you
exactly.
Damn.
Hand you job applications. And
I'm like, bro, chill. Like, you don't believe in me? Like, give me a chance. Give me a month. Give me a year, and watch what I can do with it. And 2 years after Vine died, my max following on Vine was 500 and I think 70K or 60K. My goal since Vine died was to pass that number on Instagram, and I just did it.
And
So,
you
so,
did.
Congratulations.
hey,
Humble.
Thank you.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. So Taz wants to be a comedian. What do you ultimately want to be?
My ultimate goal is to be the greatest director of my generation.
Oh.
So I'm definitely going for film directing, but that's not my only thing I want to do. I want to be behind camera, in front of camera, on the side of the camera. I want to hold, I want to do everything. I want to have my own like film production. You know? I want to have to go to Lionsgate
Yeah.
or to Warner Brothers. Hey, respect to y'all, but like I want my own stuff.
Yep.
I've always wanted my own lane. I don't like working under people. I've always wanted to be my own boss. I always wanted to teach my friends and people around me to be their own bosses.
Yeah.
So,
Who do you think is the greatest right now?
honestly, I mean, there's this guy. His name is Edgar Wright. Now the thing about his movies is he makes he can combine like anime styles or cartoon styles into a real life situation. So he made this movie called Scott Pilgrim, and his recent movie was Baby Driver with Jamie Foxx in it.
I didn't see that.
It's a really amazing movie. It's just what he can do with a camera, how he transitions. I pay attention to everything. Like when I'm watching this stuff, I'm just like, whoa, what the heck? And it intimidates me because I'm like, this is competition right here. So once I get up there, I have to meet that man. I have to tell him that he's inspired me, and you know, that's definitely who I think is like the best right now. You know, Tazz, he'd probably say, you know, Tyler Perry or something. You know, I definitely like Edgar Wright's work. He's nice.
And what do you guys think is the difference between people who are successful and went to school and people who are successful and didn't went to school versus people who like, well, like all types.
Like you didn't go to school.
I mean, I basically think, you know, a lot of people, mostly parents, you know, they think that college defines your success. I basically think it depends on, like, it depends on the person, how ambitious you are, your hustle. Like, even if you go to school, if you don't go to school, I feel like you can still be successful.
Yeah.
It just depends on what you do. If you went to school, you know, you graduated, you got your degree, and all right, so now it's like, what's next? What you gonna do with that? You know, or you can be that type. Some people, you know, they're not the type to sit in hour-long classrooms, lectures, and all that. They don't learn like that. They learn like, you know, on the street, conversating with other people, you know, conversating with mentors and stuff like that. They learn by that, and you know, they run with that. So I feel like it really doesn't matter if you go to college or if you do go to college. It just depends on who you are and like what type of person you are, like what you gonna do with the knowledge you got and how bad you want it for real.
Yeah.
So
because we was just talking to you know, my boy Irvin Comedy, you know, great guy, but he was just telling us that, you know, he got a degree, right? What was it? Is this, what type of degree is it?
I forgot what he said, but he got a degree and he went to apply for this job and he didn't get it because he was overqualified.
Yeah.
Like, what you mean?
Yeah.
You go to college to come out to tell a job to tell you that you're overqualified? How dare y'all?
Yeah.
It's better than being overqualified and then having to do like a basic ass level job.
Yeah. I actually had the option to go back and get my PhD and they actually told me not to. Like all my teachers were like, don't do it.
It like hurts you.
Yeah.
My thing is like him, it's not that, you know, he didn't care that he'd be at basic job, is that he needed the job.
Yeah.
And they told him no because he basically went to college and got a degree, and that just blew my mind. I'm like, what? You're telling me because he took 4 years to better himself that he can't get this job that he needs? Like, that's crazy.
And you know, college not really for, you know, everyone. So it's like, you know, for all the people that is in college right now or didn't even make it to college, and you know, even if you're in college and if you're failing, like that doesn't mean like, you know, your life is over or you're dumb, because you may not be a genius in, you know, math, reading, chemistry, and all that other stuff. You may not be book smart and all that other stuff, but you might be a genius in other stuff. You know, like I was watching this one video of Denzel Washington, and he was giving a speech, and he was talking about how he was in college and he had like a 1.9 GPA.
Damn.
Yeah, he was flunking out of college.
Yeah. Look at him now.
And look at him now. Like he must.
Denzel Washington.
Exactly. He may not have been really smart in college, but you know that man's a genius when it comes to acting. So.
And the thing that like is crazy is, you know, from experience, you know, and I know most kids experience this, you know, growing up through middle school and then going to high school. College is just pressured. It's like you have to go to college. You have to go to college.
Yeah, that's very
they
true.
make it seem like if you don't go to college, you don't make
fail.
it.
Yeah.
You don't go to college, you're poor. You don't go to college, your life is over. And it's like, it's not like that.
Exactly.
You know, me and Tazz, we went to college for like 2 years. Yeah, 2 years. You know, it was a smooth
like
2 years. You know,
it
it was fun. It was nice. And like the thing was, even in college, like I seen this man, like he was stressing out, bro. He was handing this man like 7 essays.
It's like essays every other week. I'm like, man, I just turned. You know, I was majoring in business and studying acting and filming. So
that's too much.
it was like, it was pretty tough.
It was
And you know, there were times where I'd be in class and you know, like I know a lot of stuff and like most of the stuff that they were teaching is like common sense. And I'm just like, why am I even here? Like, you know, like I feel like if you know what you want to do and you know how to do it, like you got your game plan. If college is not for you, then you know, you ain't gotta worry about it. Just go out and make it happen.
And like when I was in college, you know, there was a point where I literally just stopped going to classes because I had to make a decision because focusing all my time into college classes was taken away from what my dream was, and that was to, you know, create videos and, you know, on this path to become a director. Now, I'm not saying that it's impossible, but for me, it was really hard to balance the two because for me to put all my time into, you know, going to college and then, you know, working, it's like my body is so drained. So as like me, I had to put my full attention into being in college and working, and I'd have to put my dream on the side, you know, on the back end. But it was one point in college where I was like, you know what? Nah, you know, like this is my dream. I have one life. I have one dream. This is everything I've worked for. So I'm about to just start making videos in college. So I was making videos in school. I started making videos in the middle of our, you know, campus, and people would come out and see us. And that was that point I just didn't care. And, you know, people would be like, you know, the videos are dumb. You know, some people say that. Some people be like, you need to focus on classes. And
you need to focus on school.
Those same people are now hitting me up, DMing me like, bro, I see you doing your thing. Keep it going, bro. And I'm just like, saying that before. Yeah, you was, you know, but that's the thing. You can't expect people to believe in you in the beginning. You have to make them believe, you know? Like no one, there was a man who once said that, you know, we're going to be on the moon. There was a man that once said that he's going to get an object to fly, you know, the plane. Yeah. Everyone's like, man, shut up, you crazy. Now what? That man, you know, there's planes now that fly through the sky. Yeah. There are people that are in space now. There are people who've touched the moon, like, you know?
Exactly.
So,
I mean, if you really good in college and, you know, you can handle it, you know, do that, you know. Not saying not go to college, but, you know, for the people who, you know, feel like they're dumb and this and that because they didn't make it or they're failing, you know, it's not the end of the world. You still got, you know, time to, you know, do something with your life.
Some people, like, they just stop their entire life because they didn't make it to college.
Yeah.
Like, what do you're right now, all you're doing is making excuses. Like, since you didn't go to college, it's like, well, I'm not going to do anything else. Like, what do you, like, come on, get up. And let's get some work done. Like, exactly. Like
social media is such a gold mine nowadays. Like you can really branch out on that, on whatever your talent is. Like if you can sing, if you're a dancer, you know.
Hey, if you know how to steal stuff and scream "Boom Gang," you can, you know, you can get lit, you know.
Exactly. Like there's so many ways you can use social media to your advantage, you know, to blow up and get sponsorships and make money off of that, and just have your own brand on that, you know.
But at the same time, how do you feel about those people that are like, well, there's already a makeup artist on YouTube. There's already this comedy person on Instagram. Like, how do you think that you make yourself stand out from everybody else when everything is so much more accessible on social network now? Or social media. So, like, how do you make yourself stand out? And like, how do you just defeat those little voices like, well, everybody's doing this now?
Well, basically, you know, you just gotta separate yourself from that person. You know, you just gotta do things differently and out the box. Do things that people would never think of. Do things that people may think of but wouldn't have the balls to do. You just gotta stand out, you know. I mean, life gonna go on. People gonna do this, people gonna do that. If that's your dream, then don't stop because, you know, homie over here is doing the same thing and he's at a certain spot and you're like, man, like he's this and I'm never gonna get there. Like at the end of the day, you know, as much as I look up to like these big comedians like Kevin Hart and all these other people, I mean, you know, God forbid these guys not gonna be here one day, or they're gonna be too old to be doing what they're doing now, and someone has to take that spot.
The
you
new
know,
generation.
So yeah, it's your time.
You know,
and another thing is like, the thing is like, people are filming. You know, and we're in LA right now. Well, this is LA?
Yeah,
LA. There's a whole bunch of people on social media. The only reason that I'm not stopping is because at the end of the day, none of these people are me. There's not going to be another you. You are you. Exactly. And that's what makes you different from the jump. That's your answer. You are your own answer. You know?
No one can do you better than you.
Exactly. Yeah. Nobody can do you better than you. So no matter what, once you get on that camera, all that's going to be on that camera is you. It's not going to be this person or that person. It's going to be you.
Yeah,
and that's what's going to
make you start to act like other people, it's never going to work.
It's not going to work.
You got to stay true to yourself and, you know, do you. Do what you love doing despite of what someone else is doing. You should never worry about someone else and compare your life to another person, because once you're doing that, then you're starting to get sidetracked, and you're worrying too much about what he's doing, and you putting all that worry on him, and then now you're not being able to do what you got to do, and that's taking less creativity off of you, and now it's just
it takes away.
It
takes away from
energy.
what you have to do, because you know your goal is right in front of you, and all it takes is for you to take those couple steps to that goal. But instead, you are too focused on what's on your left,
and looking back,
and on your
side
right.
to side.
And so right now you're stopped and you're looking on them, walking on their path, when all you have to do is look forward and keep doing you. Just keep moving forward. But people are so distracted by other people's success. Like, you know, the Catch Me Outside girl, like, you know, there was a point where I was mad. Like, I was like, yo, this girl really got famous for disrespecting her mom.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I was like, you know what? I can't get mad because I know what I'm capable of. So once I get to that spot, I'm not gonna waste it. Like, people gonna understand once I get there, like, I did it the right way, you know, versus, you know, doing it the way she did it, you know. So you just gotta focus on you.
So it kind of ties into, like, now that you're at a place where people might, like, want to be around you or do things that you might not be down for, like, how do you know who to keep around you? Have you lost friends over time?
Yeah.
Boy, I've lost like a whole football team of friends.
But
How'd you have that many?
But it's, you just gotta take time to yourself and just think about things, you know, because I always say that the people you keep around you can really affect you. Like, a lot of people don't notice that, but the people you keep around you really can affect your mind, the way you do things, your mentality, the way you think. Like, there was a point in time where, you know, I had a few friends that was, like, always being negative. And, you know, I would give out positive energy, but that positive energy wouldn't come back to me.
Right.
You know, it's like a cycle. You know, you give out positive energy, you receive it. If you're giving it out and you're not receiving it, then that can, like, mentally break you.
Right.
And I didn't notice that until recently. Like, these people that I kept around me was, like, mentally breaking me down. Like, there were times where I was just depressed. I felt bad about myself. I just felt like giving up and this and that. And it was just times where, you know, I would, like, you know, I'm a supportive person. If you're my friend, I'm there for you no matter what. You feeling down, you feeling discouraged, I'm gonna be there to pick you up, you know, tell you, like, yeah, you can do this, you can do that, like, support you, encourage you. And the things, it wasn't, like, coming back to me. Like, the support was not just, it wasn't there. You know, there would be times where I would tell these people my dreams, and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, and they would just be like, that's not gonna happen. You can't do that. That's impossible. Like, I'm gonna do this in 3 years. I'm setting goals for myself. That's gonna take longer. You're not gonna be able to do this. You're not gonna be able to do that. That's impossible. So it's like, and then sometimes that stuff really gets to you, and it really, like, you start thinking, like, man, maybe he was right, because like, that does kind of sound impossible, and, like, it shouldn't be that way. Because if you want something, then you should go out and get it no matter what. So that's why I say you should always, like, be careful who the people you keep around you.
Exactly.
The friends, they really not your friends, you know.
Yeah. Because
most of the time they be preying on your downfall. They see you, you know, and this big, like, you know, they see you doing good for yourself and this and that, and they low-key envy you. They wish they had your life, and they wish they had, you know, the things that's going on good for you. They wish they had that. So any chance they get, they just break you down. So
exactly. And, like, my thing is just the people you keep in your circle reflect you, you know. So if you have a bunch of negative people, at the end of the day, you're going to become a negative person. And you know, my thing is, when it comes to friends, you know, I look for people who, you know, kind of have my best interest when it comes to, like, mindsets and stuff. Like, you know, with me, I'm a person who, if I've trained myself to think that if I wanted to do something, if I believe in it hard enough, it's gonna happen. You know, that's the type of mindset I'm in. So it's like, the people I'm around, they need to have that type of, that vibe, that energy. You know, I need winners. I don't want losers around me, period. You know, I want people who want the same type of success I want, you know, in their own, you know, different ways, you know. So it's like, people who, like, I don't know, people who are just negative. I guess the people I really don't like around my circle are, I want to say realists.
Yeah.
It's just people who, if I said that I can fly, the people will be like, nah, you can't. That's impossible. Because, you know, scientifically speaking, nah. If I said I can fly, it's because I believe I can fly and I'm going to fly. That's the type of mindset I'm in. So if I tell someone my dreams, I want to become the greatest director, and then they start naming all these directors that are out, and how are you going to do
this guy, you got that guy.
I don't want to hear that. I want to hear, you know, as a friend, you say, oh, word, you got that, because I'm the type of person that I expect from someone else what I would do for them, you know. Taz, he tells me his dream, I'm going to support his dream 100%. Anybody in my circle tell me their dreams, I'm going to support their dreams, you know. So if anything, I want that back. And, you know, if you're not going to give me that, you know, I don't want you around me. I don't want negative energy around me.
Nothing but positivity.
Nothing but positivity.
Yeah, you can't be telling your big dreams to these small-minded people.
Small-minded people.
Because they're not going to understand. And that's okay, though, because, you know, it's not for them to understand. As long as you know why you do what you do, that's all that matters.
Okay, guys, I want to interrupt really quickly with a quick commercial break from a hair brand that I have used and loved. It's called Exotica Hair. You can find them at exoticahair.com, XOTICA hair.com. And let me tell you guys, this shit is the bomb.com. So I had clip-ins from this company in the 3C4A. I am not a 3A. 3C4A curly clip-ins, and nobody can tell that they're clip-ins except for one hater out there. We're not going to say who that was. He who shall not be named. But you guys, they have clip-ins, weaves, wigs, ponytails, and they have silk scarves. We know how important that is.
Yeah.
And one other thing that I love that they have is samples. So if you don't know your curl pattern, you can get a sample of all the curl patterns, compare it to your hair, wet, dry, curly, okay?
Yes.
And see if it matches up so that you're not wasting your coins.
I'm going to have to do that then.
Yep.
Because I'm a 4C.
Exactly. They even have the clip-on ponytails. I know that you wanted one. You can get one from them.
Okay.
So find them at exoticahair.com. They're also on Instagram at Exotica Hair. They'll shout you out on your page. I'm on there, you know, because I be rocking the curly clip-ins, and they look bomb.com.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So back to our regularly scheduled program.
Yee.
I hear that. And like Nina and I, we've definitely like lost friends over the years. Like, cause we've been friends for a while, like you guys, and like it's even as of late, like we lost friends, and it was like the most random thing. Like it was just so weird. Like
it was the first time that I lost a friend where I was like, yeah, that was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
I'm glad that happened. And I talked to her right after it happened, and I was like, that solves the whole problem.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is the first time I haven't been hurt over losing a friend.
Exactly.
You know, it's like where you just know that there's so much poison there that it's easy to let that. Yeah, it was bound to happen. And thank you for making it happen, because I should have done it sooner, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people be so afraid to get rid of people because, you know, they feel like they owe them something. They've been friends for so long. Like, yeah, I've known her for this long. I know him for this long. But it's like, you know, if like keeping that person around, if that's affecting you, then sometimes you just gotta love people from a distance. You know, definitely. I mean, you might have your days and your times where you miss them and you're reminiscing on the good times y'all had. But I mean, those are just memories. Sometimes you just gotta keep it that way and move on, because you know, God opened up people to come into your life, and you know, sometimes you gotta get rid of certain people for a certain person to come in to, you know, show you a whole different perspective of something, a whole different perspective of life, and you know,
some people are blessings and some people are lessons.
Yeah.
You know, so
how do you decipher between the people who are like trying to like use you and not really negative? They might even be like amping you up, like, when you don't even need to be amped up. You know, like how do you see who those type of people are, who they are?
I guess honestly, you can really tell. Sometimes maybe not by the first, you know, conversation, but you know, once you get to know someone, it's like it's really hard to tell how someone's mindset is, you know, when you first meet them. But like, give it like a month, you know, it shouldn't even take a month, but that's just how people are. Give it a couple months, then they start to show their true colors, and it's just like you know, in your mind, you're just like, what's good with this person? And if you get a bad feeling about someone, you need trust that feeling, because there's some people, like, you know, we've met some people that we thought was cool, and then we see that they got like a little bit of temper, a little bit of jealousy in them, You know, sometimes it's, you know, it's misunderstood, but sometimes it's like you just need to get away from those type of people. So, you know, definitely, you know, but versus, you know, someone who's always been there, not saying like everyone needs to, you know, support you, not saying that everyone needs to tell you, you know, you did a good job or pat you on your back, but, you know, if, you know, they just saying like, you know, yay man, you know, I saw what you did, you know, that was dope. Or if you said something to them and they was like, hey, that's tight, you know, that's a good person, you know, then you don't need nothing more than that, you know.
Someone who encourages you a lot of the times. And, you know, you just gotta, you know, if you've been there for a person or you've helped a person out a few times, and that moment that you say no, that moment that you can't, and he just snap, and you think you too good, you know, this and that, and then you know that those not the type of people that you would want around you
the whole time.
Yeah, and on this podcast, like, we talk a lot about, like, you know, black people in general, like our society, our community outside of all other communities. And what's your experience like when, like, have you experienced people supporting you guys, or have you experienced people kind of like not supporting y'all within our community?
Well, we've experienced a lot of support and a lot of not people that don't support. Like, you know, we have a few people that, you know, tell us all the time about like what we're doing. They notice this was really good, that was really good. And then we have those people, like, there have been times where, you know, I would have to force some of the people to like watch my videos. Like, like I would send it directly to them, and they still wouldn't watch it. And I'm just like, you know, like I just can't have you around me. Like at the end of the day, like if you're not there to support, then like what are you really here for?
Yeah.
Now you're just like taking up space, like in my circle. Like you're not here with a purpose or any of that. So it's just like, yeah, you just gotta keep it moving, you know.
Yeah. And you guys are so young, so I couldn't imagine. I mean, at 20, I had experienced a lot of things, but in a different way. No, I mean, that sounds bad, not sexually. But I'm like, that sounds terrible. Yeah. But we just saw a lot of shit, unfortunately, that we did not need to see by that age. But what's it like being so young and having like such a community of so many people, a lot of people who are like older than you guys too? Like really looking at y'all.
It's pretty, like, it's crazy. Like, you know, one time I was at a mall, you know, and I get this vibe when I know someone knows me. It's not like, you know, I'm like, okay, you know, this person obviously knows who I am. It's not like that, but it's like when someone, like, you're just doing your normal day and someone just kind of pauses, just kind of stares at you.
Shocked look of you.
It's kind of creepy because you don't know if this person like wants to like fight you, or it's like it's intimidating. So it's just like, what's about to happen? Yeah. It was like this grown man, and he, you know, I went to go sit down. And he was like, "Hey man, you be making the videos on the Facebook?" Like, yeah, you know. He's like, "Oh my, yo, bro, can we take a picture?" I'm just, hey, sure, man. Like, you know, it's really cool because, you know, I feel like Facebook is really, well, now Instagram too, because they're starting to come over now. But like Facebook is definitely opened that opportunity to have like
older crowd,
like the old heads. You know, now they check me out and they laughing at my videos. So it's like, it's dope because now it's like I have no limit. It's not like, you know, it's not just for children. It's also for all ages. Anyone can watch my videos and have a good time. So it's dope.
That's cool. Okay, so I found out about you through Ashley. She shared one of your videos with me. Literally after I watched the video, I was like, this is the best video of the year that I'm gonna see. Like, I was just like, I'm done. Like, I was like, that's the best ever.
I
watched it a ton of times. Yeah.
What video was it?
It was
the one with the 21 Savage.
Yeah, the kidnapping the president. And I sent it to everybody, and literally I was just like, one of my friends was like, that's the best video ever. And I was like, yeah, this is my video of the year. Like, I'm done. Like, I don't need to, like, that's it.
I'm
like,
done watching all videos.
It was really funny. Like,
off, Instagram for a whole
so month. How do you get the concept of like, you guys always, the way you guys dance in your videos, like, where'd you get the concept of using music behind so many videos, and also the dancing part of your videos?
Honestly, I just feel like even from Vine, like, it's just something that, you know, I've always like been doing. like music, it's something that I can listen to and it just takes me in my own world. You know, I can put headphones on. Like me and Taz be at bus stop, I put headphones on, I'm just dancing. Like I really don't care who's watching. You know, it's just me in my own world. So it's like, you know, when you hear music, music makes you feel things, you know? So it's like you could be hearing a sad song and it got you in your feelings. Your hype song, you get turned up. So, you know, I'm using that and I'm placing it in these videos because, you know, I like to play with people's emotions, you know? And I not like that, but, you know, when they watch my videos, you know, it's just like...
You want to invoke a feeling.
Exactly. You know, it's like watching my videos is like this big thrill ride because you don't know what's about to happen, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you know, you hear, like, you know, the music rising up and stuff and, you know, and then the beat.
Bass.
The bass hits you and, you know, everyone's getting lit, everyone's getting turned. So, yeah, you know, I just... Once I found that niche that, you know, and people really started to like it, I was like, okay, well, I'm going to keep doing this, but I'm going to do it differently. You know, I'm going to keep switching up the ideas. I'm going to put me in different scenarios. I'm going to get bigger. I'm going to get more people, bigger sets, bigger stunts. I'm going to do it all. So that's just where I'm at right now, you know.
That's really cool.
I wanted to ask, you say you want to be the greatest director. I believe it will happen. Do you want to do movies? Like, what kind of directing do you want to do? Do you have a genre that you want?
I want to do movie directing for sure. You know, TV shows. I mean, I'm not saying that I can't do TV shows. I mean, I want to do it all. You know, but I want to be a director who can direct a movie that he's also a part of. You know, I want to be able to direct and also act. You know, so with my directing genres, you know. I simply just want to do action, sci-fi, comedy, and probably horror. You know, I can't see me doing a love story. You know, if it's a love story, it's like a love action. It can't just be straight love.
That'll be fun.
Some Notebook. Like I can't. I can't do that. Yeah, they like, bro, what you doing? So you know, and you know, drama. That's not my thing either. You know, my cousin, his name is Ryder Boy. That's like, you know, that's his brand and whatnot. He's kind of what got me into this, and like drama, love, you know, or just like different topics that make you think. He wants to make movies that leave you with lessons, you know, leave you with something. Because most movies you just watching, you see credits, it's like, it feels like the credits are saying get out now, like get out. But he wants to make movies that you walk away with something, and you know, that's inspirational for me because that's like my big cousin, and he's like mentoring and all that stuff. So, you know, when we grow up, you know, we definitely, because he wants to be a director too, so you know, we definitely gonna be butting heads at the box office and all that stuff. So you know,
I think you guys are capable.
It's nothing like a little healthy competition.
Exactly.
So
I love healthy competition.
Yeah.
I even want to make healthy competition within my own team. You know, like, you know, right now I got 600K, but that doesn't mean that Tazz can't blow up one day and hit 1 million. You know, you can't set limits. You know, you cannot set limits. You don't know when your blow up's gonna happen.
Right.
You can't predict a blow up. You can't pay money for a blow up. You never know. It just can happen at any time.
Anytime. You just gotta keep doing your thing.
So I don't doubt anybody. You know, all my people in my team are talented. You know, my younger brother Dices, you know, he does music. He does everything with music. He produces, he masters, he creates songs. So my thing with him, I know he has a talent, you know. And I'm waiting for his moment, you know. Because some people, you know, they feel like their moment isn't gonna come, but it comes. You just don't know when it's gonna come. But you have to believe that it's gonna come. Period.
Yeah, I was gonna say, go ahead. Feel free to.
I was just waiting. Like, I didn't want to interrupt.
So Vader's being a smart businessman and videotaping his interview because that's what the fuck you should do.
You got to document everything.
Yeah, you have to document everything. Like, genius, smart. You guys, like, take notes.
That could be.
That's why he's where he is today.
Consistency
is key.
Always.
That's why studying helps too, guys. If you're in school, I probably can't even be heard.
No, you're probably not.
Turn that off.
Yeah, you need to turn that off.
It start going off.
They be going crazy. The notifications, they don't stop now.
What's that like? Like having so many notifications that you really cannot follow up on all of them.
I mean,
and it is at a point where I had to turn off
you
my
have to turn them off. You got to.
Yeah.
You can't keep these on no more.
Because I wouldn't be able to sleep. I'd be going crazy,
ding, ding,
man.
ding, 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 ding.
I'll be putting some people on Do Not Disturb at most times because, like, when I'm asleep and I get, like, woken up, like, I'm, like, the most angry guy. Like, I'd be so pissed. Like, so, yeah.
Have you had any crazy fans?
Yes.
Ooh,
Like what? Give us a crazy story.
Let's see. Okay. One of my craziest fan interactions was I was at a mall in DC, and I was just walking. Sometimes you forget that you do videos. You forget. You just at the end of the day, we just normal people. Yeah. So
you're turning into a celebrity, unfortunately. I mean, not unfortunately, but
so I'm just walking to the mall with my cousins, and then a group of kids like walk past me. But one girl, like, whoa, like I kind of felt her, like,
you felt that energy.
So I walked past, thinking nothing of it, and she was like, oh my God, like I hear her in the background freaking out. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, it's King Vader, it's King Vader. I'm just like my cousin's like, bro, y'all hear that? And then, I turned around and she's screaming, like she was like, she was fangirling, like I was like Bieber or Drake or something, and she was like, oh my God, you're King Vader, you're King Vader, you're King Vader, you're King Vader. I'm like, yes I am. And she's like, oh my God, can we take a picture? Can you be on my Snapchat? And I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? I'm never gonna turn no one down.
Yeah. It's free publicity.
Hey, so she was just everywhere. Like I never had that energy, like that's something like you see from like my boy Batch or like Logan Paul. Like when people see them, they lose their mind.
Yeah.
So just to have a little taste of that was just like whoa, like yeah. So and definitely just how fans DM you or Snapchat you they're very disturbing sometimes.
Yeah, I was gonna ask like what is the like bad stuff that people put in your DM or on your comments and stuff like that.
I remember I got threatened with a snake one time.
What?
You gonna hear me first of all.
So they just took a picture of a snake and just sent it to me. I'm like,
what the hell?
Like, is this a threat? Like,
you didn't know what to take.
She didn't say no
he
words.
Put a
or
spell
nothing.
on you.
Yeah,
exactly.
A spell.
I got so scared. I didn't know what to do. Like, how do I respond to that?
What the hell?
Yeah.
It was just wild. Some people just send you pictures of a wall and won't say nothing. It's just a wall. And it
That's
just
disturbing.
Crazy.
Yeah, that is weird.
That's weird.
And I'm paranoid, so that would really bother me.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like at the end of the day, it's like we normal people. So it's like if I saw someone I idolize, I'm gonna go in their DMs, say something that I feel like other people won't say because I get DM'd every single day. So if I see a hey, a hi, it's just something I cannot respond to anymore because I see so many highs. So it's like
I'm trying to see paragraphs.
Yeah, it's like when you DM me, when someone DMs me with a paragraph, I'm like, you know what? Sometimes I don't feel like it, but that half of me is like, you know what? Just read it because there was a point where you was at that spot, and I used to DM people that I looked up to, So it's like I read what they say.
Yeah.
So you just.
Yeah, some of it's touching. When you're in a dark place and you're feeling down about yourself, it's good to like read those messages. It's just
very uplifting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it brings you back up and motivates you, and you're just like, now you remember what you've been doing this
why
for.
are you doing
all
this
along.
exactly?
Like,
Yeah.
It's for them.
There's people who DM us telling us like they was going through depression or they was sick in the hospital, and our videos made them laugh, made them smile, brought them out of a dark place, and they thank us like, thank you so much. And it's just like, wow, like I did that for you.
Yeah.
Dang, that's crazy.
That's an anointing.
How could I stop? Like I don't get how a person could stop doing something that's making so many people happy.
Yeah.
So that's
yeah, and it's dope when it's like in like other countries like
London.
Yeah.
China, Africa.
Countries that you didn't even know was a country.
I'm like, what's this place?
I never heard of this before.
It sounds exotic.
Yeah, so it's always dope. I just like, wow, like Utah.
This person, they DM'd me today with language I don't even understand. It was just a bunch of symbols. I was like, and the thing was, it was crazy because it was a paragraph of symbols. So I'm like, this person know like they mean what
they're
they
saying something to you. Damn. Now it's like, what did they say?
I might have to Google Translate, but it's probably gonna turn into like some curse words, like
yeah, a spell.
Whole bunch of miscorrect stuff, but that's just dope. Like I don't even know where that person is from, but they sent me a whole message in a different language. Like it's just like, wow, the love is real. And I feel like that's only possible with the videos that I create because most of the videos I don't speak, and it's not because you know, I'm not funny or I need to tell a joke to, you know, for people to laugh. It's not that I can't. It's just that for me, making videos with music, you know, it's universal, because a person can watch my video and I don't even have to say words, but they can understand what's happening by just listening to how the music sounds and watching what everyone's doing, and they're just laughing, you know. So that's really dope. Like the videos, you know, versus a video like, not saying that I talk in, you know, a rare amount of videos, like, you know, it's like probably like 5 of them, but like those videos, I don't feel like they can be taken to, like, you know, Japan, and people will be like, you know, they're probably like, what the hell going on here, you know. So it's definitely dope to see my videos reach, you know, a different.
Yeah, I never even thought about it that way, that it's like the fact that you're not speaking is actually translating worldwide.
Yeah, it's really dope.
And
it's
I
like
love the
telling
21
the whole
Savage
story without speaking.
Yeah,
Nothing but action and music playing in the background.
But you know, for the people who, like, you know, are, you know, unsure of like what I can do with speaking, you know, I make YouTube, you know, series and whatnot. Like, you know, last summer or the summer before that, I made a little YouTube series called Captain Cookem. Now what I did was I went on Instagram and I was like, hey, I want to make a YouTube series about a black superhero who can roast people. I was like, what's his name? Got a whole bunch of comments, you know, roast man, fire his ass up, boy, super hot fire. And then there's one girl, she commented Captain Cookem, and I was like, God damn, that's the one. So, you know, I just took that name and I ran with it. I made an entire story, you know, got the boy Tazz here, you know, play one of the main roles, got some Wolf Graphic members play roles, and we just made our own universe, you know, with Captain Cookem. Unfortunately, I had to stop it because, you know, Instagram videos started to get in the way, and it was just hard to.
You prioritize.
And then another thing was, my actors, they wasn't reliable, you know. So
they
after
weren't really serious.
Yeah, and it's like, my thing is like, if someone isn't serious and it's stopping me from doing what I have to do, I get angry and I'm like, you know what? I'm about to stop this and do it with people who are serious, because I don't need to. I'm at a point where I don't want to work with people who aren't about it. Like, if you don't want to do it, I'm not here to force you. You can walk away. Like, go ahead. I'm not stopping you. I'm going to get someone who is serious. And once this blows up, you're going to look back at it like, oh, I wish I did this. I wish I did that. It's like, nah, I don't want to hear it, because when you had the opportunity, you wasted it. And that's something that just doesn't, like, ride with me. Like, I don't do it.
About how often do you guys make videos? And how long does it take to get from, like, the editing stage to releasing it?
Oh gosh, I mean, we're talking about his videos. You might be out there for like 2 days.
I think one of the longest shoots of mine was
like 8 hours.
Yeah, it was 8 hours, and it was I think let's just say with the ISIS video, I made this video called "Giving a Gift to ISIS," and it was like at least 107 degrees outside.
Yeah, it was hell central.
Not even that, we had to wear full army suits, full military marine suits, and we was sweating. This dude just took off his whole shirt.
I was like, I can't do this.
He was out there in a tank top. So it's like, you know, I know what I have to do when I get out there. But, you know, to get them perfect shots, to get these, you know, angles that these people like, you know, it takes time, you know. And some people don't understand that, you know, greatness, you know, great videos, it takes time. You have to know what you're doing. You have to, if something doesn't look right, you can't just settle for it. Like, if you make a shot and it's like, forget that. Do it again, get it right. And that's what I do. I always get it right. And then I move on. I don't mess up, be like, I'll come back to it, because you're not going to come back to it. You have to just get it done. And, you know, we was out there until like dark. It was but I know it was crazy, because when we started that video, the first scene we had to do was a running scene, right? So we're running in these army suits, boots and guns in our hands. And once we stopped and, you know, camera said cut, I was like, this is about to be a long day, like, because we sweating already. It's the first shot. I'm like, this is about to be a long day. We got
way more shots to go.
But once you're like around the wrapping of your video,
it just feels good.
It feels so good to go home and just be like, I just made a dope video today. I knocked out something great. Like, you know, today, and yesterday we was filming Tazz video, because Tazz is doing this thing called #The Return of Tazz, and what he's doing is he's dropping 7 videos in 1 week, and it's gonna be a variety of skits and some serious acting, and just showing the world, you know, what he can do.
Because like I've been gone like a while because we of the moving and everything, because we just moved to California, so it's just been kind of hard to adjust to things because we don't really know
too many people
out here, and then locations. So I was like I gotta give like them something special. So I'm like, all right, I've never done this before, but I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but I'm gonna do it. So I was just like, I'm gonna just push through it. I'm gonna like make 7 videos and just drop them all in 1 week, and it's gonna be the best videos that I've ever given to them, because like they deserve it. So
gotta do it for
we've been out here just filming like crazy. We try to film every day, but it sometimes doesn't happen because come when we're during the filming process, it's a lot that goes into it. You gotta prepare, hit people up on dates. Some people cancel. Some people like, I can't be here that day. I'm gonna be out of town, but I can be here this day. So then you gotta work around certain people. So
and
it's
then
just
the
a lot.
weather.
Oh yeah, and then weather.
God, man, I'm sorry. I love you, God, but listen. Sometimes I be prepared, and then I go outside. I look up in the sky, and it's like thundering. I'm like, whoa, what's going on? You just said it was 70. Now it's like 40. Like, so it's like, it's a lot with prepping, but it's all about the craft and getting that perfect video. Like we was just doing like one of Tazz's videos, and we was doing it yesterday, but we was running out of daylight. We could have pushed through and tried to finish it, but I tried to, I explained to Taz, and Taz, we both agreed. It was like, let's just push it over to tomorrow, do it early in the morning, and then do the next video, because instead of, trying to rush it, let's do it tomorrow and make it great. And that's what we did. We did the next day, made it great. Once he edited it, it's gonna come out fire, and we got another video done. So it's like, you just gotta prepare. Sometimes you gotta sacrifice for the better good, and that's what it's about. You have to understand that it's a lot when it comes into this filming. People watch the video and they do not understand.
Yeah, they don't. They see a 1-minute video, 2-minute video. They be like, they think that it was done just like that.
Nah, like I just did a video recently with a horse that wasn't done just like that. I had to call a lot of barns and ranches for horses. Now, I'm a black guy asking for a horse. Okay, they like, what you trying to do? Like, what's up? What you need a horse for? And then I finally, it's just about knowing the right people. I met someone through someone, and then they was like, yeah, you can use my horse. I'm like, thank you. I just wanted people. And I wanted to do something different, because not a lot of people bring horses on social media. So, even when I did it, people are just blown away. Like, yo,
where did you get a horse from?
Who gave this nigga a horse? This nigga going crazy. And like, people even in the comments like, that's a nice CGI horse. I'm like, you really think I would create a CGI horse? Like, so we really, me, Taz, and my whole Wolf graphic team, we go the extra mile for these videos. Always. We don't take the lazy route. We always go ham.
And you guys always like, oh, sorry, go ahead.
If something doesn't like feel right, like I'm just not gonna put it out, and I'm gonna just like either redo the skit or add on to it. You always wanna like put out your greatest work. Like if it's not your greatest work, then it shouldn't be putting out.
That president video that with the 21 Savage,
funny as hell.
The thing about that video was, it's my videos, before I post them, there's a lot of thinking about it. I watch my videos at least like 50 to 100 times before I post a video, because I'm really picky. I feel like at this point I'm a perfectionist. I listen to everything, I watch everything on screen. Because when I post it, I love getting those comments like, this is a masterpiece. That is my favorite comment ever in the world, to see that this is a masterpiece.
This is greatness.
With the 21 Savage video, I made a last second decision that made that video skyrocket. Before, on the screen, like, I'm the boy's dancing, and then he looks at the screen, and on the screen you see me as the president with my hand up. It says, President Kidnapped. Before, what I had on the screen was, it was a shot of me tied up with a bag on my head, right? Now, the thing about that is, I talked to my boy Metro. Shout out to Metro. I talked to him, and we had a full discussion about it. I was like, now, if I have me on the screen with a bag on my head, like footage of, when I was tied up, he was like, I was like, it will be build up until the point where they take the mask off my face and reveal that, that's me. But I'm like, for the people who don't know who I am, it's like, who the hell is that? All we're saying in the comments is that's the president. So I was like, what if I made me the president on the screen. So now they know what the president's face looks like within the skit.
Yeah.
Now when you take off the mask and see my face, it all connects and it all makes sense. And that was the difference between making a video go viral versus a video that just would have been okay and confused a lot of people.
Yeah.
So it's those last second decisions, and I'm so glad I made that last second decision. And the thing about that is that's how a lot of my videos turn out. It's always last second decisions. It's always that I'm watching it right before I post it, and I'm like, nope, gotta add something, and that makes a difference, you know.
So how did you find so many talented people? Because you have so many people and they're like actually acting well, and like especially in that video they were all doing something.
Everyone was doing a little something, you know. We have a team, Wolf Graphic. You know, not everyone in that video was in Wolf Graphic. You know, a lot of those people are also social media people who do their own, you know, thing.
Yeah.
But like we have a team that was back in Maryland though. You know, here in LA we got kind of started over. You know, we're about to, you know, do this thing called Wolf Graphic LA. We're basically branching off into a second Wolf Graphic team. So now we have a Wolf Graphic Maryland and a Wolf Graphic LA. But
smart.
Back in Maryland, we had a arsenal of talented people who are down the film, who love making videos, very funny, very, you know, creative. So it's like whenever we need a project, these are the people we hit up first. We're not about to just hit up some randoms. You know, we got a squad. You know, they're all talented. So, you know, that's what we was doing for a very long time. So, yeah.
That's super cool. And so how are you going to find people for Wolf Graphic LA?
Basically, we have a couple people in mind, but it's also depends on because we at this point we have enough, you know, following to just go on social media like, hey, we have a video shoot, we're gonna be in LA, who wants to, you know, come up, and a lot of people are gonna comment. So out of those people, you know, we choose the people who we see in our head will fit those visions that we have.
Like people have potential, really talented.
Exactly.
And they just have like a skill, like you know, whether it's you know, FX, like people who do FX, or you know, people who do funny skits, people who do music, dancing. Because you know, Wolf Graphic is not just about comedy.
Exactly.
It's like a group of various talents.
Yeah.
It's a lot of talented people in there. Like people, we have two guys that do music. They're rappers. Make beats.
Yeah, photographers. We got,
what is it? Graphic design, photography.
It's a little bit of everything, you know, and you know, and when it comes to finding people in LA, it's really about we gotta see who's gonna come to these shoots,
how dedicated they are, how bad they want it.
If you come to a shoot one time and then you come to a shoot a second time, then third time, you don't come because you say you're busy. Then we go on your Insta story and see you chilling with a group of friends. It's like, yeah, you're not serious about this. You're not serious about it. And we had people do that before.
People do that.
So it's like, you know, it's like if you don't want to be on it, it's cool. Don't waste our time. We're gonna find someone who does, you know, because you know some people they just say they want to do it because they see it working for someone else. But once they get into the field, you know, they see that it's hard work. Like, yes, it's not easy. Like,
it's not easy at all.
This is hard work out here.
Don't want to do that hard work, but I mean, there'd be times where we would have to stay up hours, stay up till like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning just editing one video. So it's just there'd be times like that, you know, and you just gotta. It's just about how bad you want it. You just gotta take those sacrifices. Sometimes you just gotta go without sleeping. You know,
that's the realest shit ever.
But you know, we live in San Jose right now. We're moving closer to LA in January, but you know, we be taking 5-hour bus rides here just to film,
to work.
And I go out here and I do stand-up comedy, and like those 5-hour bus rides be hell, but you know,
it's worth
sometimes
it.
You just gotta sacrifice. You gotta do things like that.
And there's people who won't take a 15-minute drive, you know, for a video shoot.
That's very true.
Like I'll be telling people like, yeah, I'm about to take this 5-hour bus, 5, 6, 7 bus hour ride. They're like, are you serious? Like, are you crazy? I'm like, hey,
crazy for my dreams.
Exactly,
right?
It gotta be done.
Home and not live yours.
Exactly. I always tell myself like, you know, I mean, my back is maybe scuffed up right now, but you know, this bus ride is gonna turn into like private jet rides with a whole bed on it.
You feel me?
Soon in the future.
I need a PJ too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you know, sometimes you just gotta take that sacrifice. You know,
that's it. Like right now, one thing I heard Tazz say one time is like, right now we're, in a bit of an uncomfortable situation, but we can take this uncomfortable situation and make it into a comfortable situation. And all it takes is just work, because if we don't do nothing, it's going to stay uncomfortable. Nothing's going to change. We have to make it change, and we just have to adjust and adapt, and that's what we're doing. We ain't stopping just because we over here. We about to work harder, honestly. It's the grind to start over, and we about to build it back up. So
I always tell myself, like, just to keep me motivated and not want to, like, quit or go back home to my parents and this and that. I always tell myself, like, I would rather be uncomfortable and become something than be comfortable and become nothing.
Yeah, and it's like, I feel like we're 25, you guys are 20, so it's like we can kind of relate to that, because like you guys said earlier, like our parents really pushed us into school. Like it was like we'll disown you if you don't go to college. Like it was on that level.
Parents talk to kids these days.
Yeah, and so it was like I didn't even like. I mean, it basically just was like dream later. So we literally, as you see us now, we're dreaming later, and so it was like when we were undergrads, we were broke as hell. Like, oh my God.
Paid for McDonald's with pennies. I'm not even gonna
like, I was broke as hell. I remember having.
I know.
I had no business eating no McDonald's, but scrape my fucking change to go get
sometimes
some.
you gotta do that.
Yeah, and it's like
about your car
and we when we were nurses assistants, like we were talking earlier, I remember doing that and driving 40 minutes back and forth and like only having $7 in my bank account.
Yeah.
And like just like really fucking struggling. Like and I actually like well, this is a good lesson. I fucked up my credit because when I was 18 and a half, maybe 19, this one guy was like, oh, who wants to make money real quick? Like, and
those people.
I don't even need to tell the story.
Oh.
So.
I do that on Instagram.
I blocked those people.
Yeah.
Social media has made it so much worse.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like,
so
that's
it's like,
all I see done my time on nowadays. Like, if you want to make $2,000 in a day,
that's what it was.
They're scamming people.
And they fucked up my credit. I mean, my credit's amazing now, but it was like we had to get through the steps of like, we went through undergrad broke as hell, and then like worked after undergrad still pretty broke. And we kind of just last year we kind of just like landed the job, like she became a neurophysiologist. I was a biochemist back then. Now I'm like managing a laboratory.
That's amazing.
And it's like we've gone through and even in high school, like I didn't have money, so it's like we gone through, and she knows, like me and my brother would sell candy, like make
they got in trouble
like
we were business.
We had a full business.
That means y'all was doing good. If y'all got in trouble for y'all was grinding.
Like
they were mad. Y'all was making more money than
because my parents were like, we have bills. It was when the recession hit too, and so my parents were like, we have bills, we can't be buying you guys. Like I stopped getting back to school clothes, and like my parents paying for my stuff, and I was like I was 14 when my parents stopped, so I started selling candy at 14 years old, and it was like just having that type of hustle to just be so fucking broke. Like I just remember being so broke, and then to like land a job and kind of just be like, oh shit. And it's like it's 2000. I mean, we started college in 2010. It's like it's 2017 now, and because we had to choose school first, we're just starting our dreams now. And it's like something that, I mean, it's cool because our experiences taught us a lot of shit that like people need to know.
Like
but how to be poor, how to get through it, like how to work hard. But that's kind of why we're here, because like we see that there's people out there that did not have to get forced through school and still became successful. It's like a constant theme is everyone was just really consistent and like taking it seriously, like take it as a craft. Don't take it as like, oh, let me open my cell phone and just like, and obviously there are people who are famous who literally open their cell phone and like say something hilarious, like that's just what it is. But it's like, I mean, now in this era of like Cardi B and stuff like that, people are just like, and I love Cardi B, like, I love her. She's living her best life and she's our age, so it's kind of like she actually hustled, and we actually saw like I was just scrolling on her page yesterday because I was like, I never knew Cardi B when she was just a stripper, and so I like scrolled and I was like, dang,
it's
like
funny because like she used to be on Vine, and there was a moment where Cardi B she DM'd me on Vine. She like, okay, because Cardi before she was the Cardi B she is today, she used to DM people and ask for Revine. She was that type of girl.
Asking for what?
She was doing
like Revine for Revines, like when you Revine someone's stuff.
Okay,
like, y'all basically helping each other like come up.
Cause she was doing funny videos.
Yeah.
So when I checked my DM, like everyone was like, yo, I think Cardi B like DM'd me back in the day, and I was like, hold up. I went to my Vine DMs and I was like, yo, she DM'd me. I was like, hold up.
She's been hustling. Damn.
I DM'd her and she replied back. And this is before Cardi like blew up.
Yeah.
When she got on like first season of Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah. So and I was about to we was about to set up a video together, but you know it didn't fall through. But it was just dope to see that happen before like this blow up. You know?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
cool.
she been hustling.
She
since.
really do deserve it. Like.
Yeah.
And it must have been hell, you know, because a lot of DJs wasn't playing her music in New York.
Yeah.
She didn't give up. And
she could have stopped a long time ago because I remember seeing her just stuff like it was small, but it was like on Worldstar. Now you can't stop. You can't listen. You can't go to a radio station without hearing her music.
Exactly.
So and now she getting featured. Like you know, people are rooting for her. You know, people are rooting for her because you know, even on Love and Hip Hop, it just you can feel how real she is.
Yes.
It's oozing off of her how real she is.
Yeah. She was just herself, and it's like that's a testament to being authentic. Like
some people can't
exactly.
I want that. Like when I get like famous, I want people to be like, "Yo, he's been him since the jump," and that's why I respect what she's doing. You know, so I can't hate off of her ever. You know, she's doing her thing.
Hey guys, so I just wanted to interrupt the show really quick to talk about my favorite business of the week. This business is specifically an app. I'm sure they have a website, but the app is what I use all the time. So I'm in my weight loss journey right now, and having an app that's able to track everything you're eating and tell you like your caloric intake, which is the calories that you take in a day, your fat intake, your sugar intake, and sugar is like crazy for me. Sugar has been like the main culprit of my weight gain. Something that measures your macros, and macros are basically the percentages of what types of things that you're eating through the day, like carbs, fat, and protein. To be able to measure everything and make sure that you are eating less than what you're burning. You know, because you want
less than your caloric
right, because you want to
like caloric burn.
Right,
standard.
it's like you want to have a deficit basically, and so. MyFitnessPal, download it right now. Get on your weight loss journey. It does track your workouts also. They also have healthy meals of the day. They have a whole bunch of stuff. And they do estimate what weight you will weigh in 5 weeks. And from what I'm seeing, I mean, they're quite accurate. Like, it's pretty good. So, you guys download MyFitnessPal and tell me how you like it. And back to our regularly scheduled program. So what were you guys, what did you say you guys came down to LA for? I know you said you were doing something earlier today.
Yeah, we came down to, you know, film a video, and I have a really dope, oh my God, I have a super dope video that I want to drop on Halloween. This is going to be a video that, I mean, if it blows up, it blows up. If it doesn't, it's just, I'm happy that I got to do it with so many people.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do a Halloween related skit. I'm trying to drop it on Halloween. So I've been planning this. I just thought of the idea as I was riding on the bus to LA. I was like, hold up. I'm like I could possibly get this done. So I'm still kind of nervous because I don't know if it's going to come out how I imagine, but I'm also confident. I'm like, you know what? I'm about to get all these, you know, these dope people, you know, these, you know, big social media influencers, and this is the first time they're going to see me work. So I'm about to show them how professional I'm about to be. You know, once I go in there, I'm about to be a whole different Vader. It's just, I gotta get this shot.
Yeah.
Boom, we're done. So they're about to see how hard I be working in my videos. So I can't wait for that.
That's tight.
Yeah.
What do you guys usually do for fun?
What you be doing?
Do you not have fun? You working?
Work. There be times where, you know, we go out, like me and him, his brother, the crew, we'll go out to eat, you know, and, you know, reminisce on memories back then, just laugh about certain things and this and that, or we'll go to parties, or
you guys can't get into those clubs yet, can you?
No.
Exactly.
Damn, you guys are so close though.
Listen,
Maryland,
Maryland,
in Maryland,
we can do that.
Exactly.
Down here, they like, yeah,
you know, we reach 18,
Yeah.
we think we the shit. And, you know, we doing everything. Then now we move here and we just a little kid.
Yeah, we young again. I'm like, yo, I was just in clubs and y'all telling me I can't. Like,
exactly.
And then it's just a year. Like, I gotta wait till I'm 21. I'm just like, yo, y'all can't just slide me in.
Yeah,
like,
because
I'm taller than the bouncer. Like,
you can get in if you're 18. No
Damn.
problem.
See, that's kind of stupid how it's not 18. I feel like at 18 you're
18, you know what you're doing. Like, come on, you people are driving at 18.
Exactly.
Come on.
If I commit a crime and I'm gonna be charged as
an adult, yeah.
Let me drink some
Like,
let me go into a club.
exactly. Let me drink some adult juice.
What am I about to
That
do?
adult juice.
Like, are they scared for 18-years-olds? Like, we can't control ourselves? Like, come on,
I
no.
mean, some can't. Some are immature, so I understand.
Some are
that,
wildin'.
Yeah,
I mean,
if
it's like
you
you can't base the majority.
Yeah, I guess by
and
20, you should be, like, fully matured. So.
Yeah.
I'm at 21.
21, no, you still not. Because at 21,
No.
it was a rough time.
No. Yeah, when you're young, you think that, like, when you're young, you think 30 is old, which is like, It's not at all.
Because I'm almost
And
25.
Yeah.
Well, I am 25, but like.
It's like we're halfway. But it's like.
I'm still 12.
Literally all the 31-year-olds and 32-year-olds I know act like us. Like it's like they're still in their 20s.
I feel like even when I reach that age, like I'm not about to start acting different. Like I might be a little more mature because of course my mindset's gonna change.
Yeah.
But, I'm gonna be laughing, I'm gonna be smiling, I'm gonna be living life because that's all you can do is live your life.
Family Guy.
Yeah.
Family Guy. Watching my anime.
Anime,
Family
gang.
makes fun of me. I don't care.
Anime is amazing.
Who would make fun of you for watching anime?
Like, so my family and I are watching TV. And, like, nobody was paying attention. I'm like, oh, so can I change it? It's my Netflix account anyway. They're like, oh, yeah, go ahead, change it. I turn on anime. Why would you turn on this? Why are you watching this? You said I could watch anything.
No, I get that. Because not everyone likes anime. Like, but anime is really dope for the people who enjoy it. Like, it's amazing because it brings you to a different world. And, I really enjoy anime. And I feel like anime rubs off into my videos. Like,
sure does.
Some of the videos I be doing. So it's like.
I'm like, he watching his anime.
My thing is, as a kid, I watched a lot of, cartoons. I played a lot of games. I did all the action figure stuff. And I feel like as a kid, I was a very creative person. When I didn't have toys, me and my younger brother, we made toys out of paper.
Yeah, he used to make things.
Damn.
It was wild. It was so creative. Like, they've made what was the game called? Left 4 Dead board game.
Yeah, we made a
like
Left 4 Dead.
The little game, Left 4 Dead. They made a whole board game.
Yeah, like a
they had the zombies
game.
Poking out the board and
yeah, we had them like standing up and so I feel like that as a kid basically built my my creativity, and like now what I'm doing to build my creativity is watching anime. I still watch cartoons. I watch animations. Like I don't care. Like I watch anything great. And I just don't. Some people old people just feel like they have to watch the news. Like, who wants to watch the news all day? Like,
I literally try and I can't.
It's all sad.
I watch trash TV.
Sad.
It is really.
Watch that.
It's fear mongering. Yeah,
it
is trash.
It's 9 p.m. and you're watching the news. Like, can you just go watch a movie or something? Like something that's gonna make you smile. Like the news is like the news is telling you about what's happening in the world, but it's like at the end of the day, like. There's only so much we can do, for the world. Yes, go help out the world, but it's like, we cannot control bad things from happening. Yeah. So by watching the news, not saying nothing against the news, but it's just like we're just watching things that are just it's negative. Like we're just watching a lot of negative stuff happening around the world.
And it just gets programmed into your mind.
Yeah, it's really draining to just see all that. Like they don't be talking about no good stuff on the news.
They don't.
It's
like
there's
like
somebody died.
Can we have one day of good news?
Yeah, exactly.
Even that is like sad.
Yeah, like this dog was abandoned on the side of the road.
Somebody got shot in the face.
It's like, damn.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's well. They say that people are like attracted to like negative things.
They should make a day out of the week full of just good
positivity.
Stuff that's happening. Because not everything on Earth is bad. Yeah. There's some beautiful things that happen on Earth, but they don't show that. They show like a little 15 seconds of it. I'm like, what just happened? Like,
yeah.
So I definitely, I feel like if, like, for anyone who's trying to, widen their mind or build their creativity, you need to start thinking, almost not thinking like a kid, but you need to it's okay to watch some cartoons and laugh. It doesn't mean you're not an adult because you laughed at a cartoon. Like, come on, it's a cartoon.
Yeah.
It's meant to make you laugh. It's meant to make you smile. It's meant to make you feel good and stuff like that. It just builds your creativity because some people, they grow up and they just think like thinking, having like, these crazy thoughts and stuff, that doesn't make you an adult. But I don't know. I feel like everybody should keep their creativity, like that. It's really amazing what you can do for your creativity. Creativity is how most of things is made on Earth. Like, a spaceship. Like, who would have ever, a creative guy thought about a spaceship, thought about something that can take us from Earth to the moon,
Yeah.
It had to be some creative person. Some people probably called them crazy, honestly.
Mine was out of this world.
Yeah.
Really out of this world.
How do you keep your creativity going? Like, so how do you keep feeding your energy and just the drive to be creative?
Definitely playing a lot of like video games, watching movies. Like I go to movies and You know, I'm not about to be in there watching no Frozen, but you know, I'm gonna be watching like, you know, some Star Wars and, you know, some action stuff, some Kingsman, just some things that, you know, you don't see every day. You know, I like to I don't even need people to come with me to the movies. I can go to a movie by myself and have a good time because I love that, you know, like, whoa, it's like it's just this amazing show that's being put on for me. And music helps my creativity because I can hear a song and like I can just have like these visions of videos I'm going to create. That's really how most of my videos are created. It's because I'm seeing the video in my head before I even make it. I see the full video in my head to the song I'm listening to before it's made. All I'm doing when I'm filming it is just making what I'm seeing in my head become a reality.
Yeah.
Sometimes it works 100%. Sometimes it's like, you know, 80%. You could have done a little better on that part, but you know. So yeah, music and video games and, you know, anime, all that stuff, it helps. Trust and believe.
That's cool. So basically, to wrap things up, what's the final message that you would kind of give to your audience for the people who are
like somebody your age?
Yeah.
Like, what do you think people your age need to hear?
You can go first.
I would say, I mean, if you have a dream, then, you know, chase it. Reach for the stars. The sky's the limit. You know, never let someone discourage you or tell you what you're doing is lame or, you know, you're not going to make it, this and that. Because, you know, a lot of people love to tell you what you can't do just because they can't do it or they feel like they wasn't able to do it, you know. But you just got to keep those people out your life and, you know, keep that dream in your mind and, you know, keep it in front of you and keep chasing it.
Right.
For me, you know, just, you know, adding on to what he said, it's just like you can't set limits for yourself, you know, because, you know, the day you was born, you know, no matter who you are, people are going to set limits for you. You can't believe that there's limits. You have to believe that you can do anything you want. You know, you have to have the ambition to go out and want to do things that can possibly change the world, even if it's not something your friends are into, even if it's not something your family's into. If it's something that you love, go do it, period. You know, if you love to play basketball, go play basketball all day. You know, do what you love because this is your life. No one else can live your life besides you. Don't let your parents live their lives through you. You have to live your own life, period. You know,
Say it again for the people in the back.
that's it. You know, you know, your parents always want to, you know, have so much control of your life, but you have to realize that this is your life. Your parents were your age one day. Your parents lived their life. You have to do what you want, and you know,
they love to project their fears onto you.
Yeah. You know?
Just can't allow that.
Let your kids live. Let your kids do what they want. And if you know, if you're a kid who wants to do something, and if it's something that you love and it's something that you like,
so passionate about,
do it. That's it. Like,
no matter what anyone says.
No matter what anybody says, like, all it takes is taking that first step. And people, you know, they find that so hard to believe. Like, how can I do this? How can I do that? Have you started? You need to start. That's it. You need to start. Stay consistent and don't stop. That's it.
All right. Well, I want to thank you guys for coming to interview with us because I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us. This was fun. This was dope. And
I love you guys' energy. I love you guys' motivation. I love that you guys are doing it at such a young age. Like, that's just inspirational.
That's a
testament.
testament.
You guys are going to inspire other people, especially with your age, your determination, just the way like you guys speak and carry yourselves. I'm just sitting here like listening. I'm like, I bet you guys are like, dang, she don't ask a lot of questions, but it's like I'm just taking it all in and listening. Like, just trying to focus on being a better listener. And you know, even like when you listen and just feel and hear people's energy, like it just makes me feel good. So I'm just a big listener.
You guys are gonna be big. Like I think I was telling Ashley this earlier today when we were like driving or something. I was like, dang, like I don't know if they can see it because like we can be on the fan side. So it's like I don't know if y'all can see it, but it's like y'all are gonna be big. You know, like not just like like people who are just Instagram famous. It's like, no, you guys are going to be on TV. Like, you guys are going to be Issa Rae. Like, you guys are going to be Mona Scott. Well, I don't know. I want to be Mona Scott.
I appreciate that.
But, you know, like you guys are doing exactly what we see happens to, like, make people big. Because we have had, especially our high school, we've had have had a lot of celebrities come out of our high school, and we don't know how because our high school was trash, like, but it's like we've seen some people super blow up and they're huge and they'll stay huge, and we've seen people like we saw someone, blow up, get a TV show on Comedy Central, and get so cocky that they lost everything. And now, right now, they're starting over. Like, they have a following because they got to Comedy Central, but it's
you
not.
Gotta humble yourself.
Yeah, it was the mouth that fucked it up.
If you don't humble yourself, God will.
Right?
Shut you down real quick.
Oh my gosh. Okay, no, we should do a look at God. Okay, we have a segment called Look at God where you kind of just speak about something that, like, a quick thing, like, oh my God, God did this for me. So if I said look at God, it would be like, we were just here yesterday taping with another guest, and I hop on IG and you're like willing to interview, and I'm like, damn, like, okay, that's super cool. Like, we're actually like getting it moving even faster than we anticipated, like, because we had scheduled things out, but it's like, damn, we're just like back to back.
Take the opportunity.
Yeah, it's like fuck sleep right now, because it's like we have a job, I'm taking my master's and we're doing this. It's like, like, so I take that as a look at God segment. Like, I feel like I genuinely feel like God has been blessing me, like, because you go through ups and downs, and it's like if you take that down with like strength and stoicism. How's it stoic when you're like stoic with the problems that go on with you? It's like, if you handle it properly and don't blame anyone else and don't ask God, like, or get mad at God, then it's like he will bless you, but it has to happen in his time, and his time is always the perfect time.
It's always the perfect time.
Yeah, so that's my look at God.
Should Shaq explain about the news I got today?
I mean, yeah, you should.
I want to know.
All right, so
yeah, please share.
All right, so this is real, some classified stuff. You feel me? But I felt comfortable, so I'm gonna say it. So, I'm, I just hit 600K. Things are going, really good. And now I was at a point where I'm like, I had to stop making videos for a small second, but I'm only doing it because I'm about to, just like Tazz, I'm doing my own thing called Vader Season 2, and where I'm dropping 7 videos in a week. So this is something that I'm planning on doing. So, I'm helping Tazz with his videos, and, I'm kind of in my mind like, I don't know what the next step is, but I know that the next step is coming, and I know what I'm about to do. But it's just like everything is just spaced out, So I'm just like, what's the next big thing? And today I get a call from my cousin, and he's like, "Yo, bro, guess who just sent the email to you?" I'm like, who? And he's like, "Bro, you just got an email from Childish Gambino's manager."
Christ.
And I'm like, what? I'm like, stop playing with me. He's like, yo, look at your email. So I look at the email, and it's like, hello, my name is, this and this, and I'm the manager of Donald Glover, and we love your stuff, and me and Donald would love to get on a call with you and talk about how we can work on some future projects.
Damn.
So I'm just like,
get out too.
Look at God. Look at God. Look at God. And
man, look at God.
Crazy.
Everything.
Look at God.
Yeah. I guess it's my turn.
Yeah.
Like, how do you top that?
Exactly.
I know. I'm just like,
that's something that
like, God, why are you choosing?
That happened today.
I should have went first. I guess mine would be
Oh, never mind. Well, I was gonna say about the situation that you was telling me about, but
what?
The story you told me with like the mom.
I mean, well, that wouldn't be with me.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I guess. Well, me and Vader, we've been talking like for a while about moving out to California, like the longest. And Vader was like, "Yeah, we're moving out." This like the summer that just passed. He's like we're gonna be out here this summer, and this was like months back, and I'm just like, I'm ready for it, but I'm not ready. I'm like, man, like, how am I gonna do this? Like, where are we gonna stay? This and that. Like, I'm like scared and all this other stuff. And God made a way for us to be out here. Him and his father like reconnected. They were like out of each other's lives for so long, and they reconnected, and come find out, he lives in California, he lives in San Jose, so
wow.
He blessed us with a place to stay for a few months until we was able to get our own spot.
Yeah.
So you know.
That's
that
God
just,
right
like,
there. That's God to make, because it's like to make that connection.
Right.
Yeah.
That was like, you know, God answered my prayers. I'm like, God, I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but I mean.
Yeah, he lined it up, and
he
did it.
up.
He did it right on time.
Yeah. Exactly.
It might feel late when you're in the moment, but it's always right on time when it happens.
Exactly. So you know, we just stand there, and you know, we have a moving date, which is January. You know, we've been looking at a few houses. So, you know. And
y'all
you know,
out
I just
here
thank God for that.
I see it. I'm proud of it.
I like that. You need that.
Happy.
You need that. All that.
Even like, you know, being out here, like, you know, we've been filming, but I haven't, like, you know, in Maryland, I had days where I went through a week and it was this video edit at night. Like, I haven't had that yet, and I'm actually excited for that because, you know, Vader season 2 is coming up, and my cousin's flying down here to you know, help me, you know, film it. And another look at God. This company that is kind of they're under Warner Brothers. They called me and they want to help like produce Vader season 2.
Well, damn.
Yeah, so now I'm basically having somewhat of a production team behind these videos, you know. Like, I sent the ideas off to them and they loved it. And they're like, yeah, let's get these done. So it's another look at God. So
yeah,
you know,
so
I can't wait.
You got the interview now because we wouldn't been able to get.
Yeah, you would have been too big time. Too big time.
No, I'm not like that.
No.
You know, definitely. You know, once that mail comes, because it's gonna come. You know, whenever y'all hit me up, you know, I love the vibe in this room. I love, like, you know, the questions.
Yeah, I'm
that
down
energy.
to come back.
You guys definitely have to come back. Because I'm like, okay, like, when next time you guys come back, it's like, I know things are going to be different.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a good thing.
Definitely. Like, for all of us.
All of us. It's going to be completely different. Because a year changed a lot for us. 1 year, like a year ago today, our lives were totally different.
Yeah, y'all might be in a bigger studio than this.
I mean, man.
It's probably going to be y'all own, like, owned by y'all.
Yeah, get our own spot.
You're probably going to have your own YouTube joint. It's going to be popping. Your Instagram fans. But let me just say, as of right now, I have 600K on Instagram. I am not verified on Instagram.
Yeah. What does it take to get verified?
It takes a lot. Just know that.
Really?
Just know if you verify, it's because you is that nigga.
Okay.
Like,
okay.
On YouTube, I have 40K. I'm just saying all this now, so when I come back, I can give y'all that.
Thank you. Yes.
And screenshots.
Go ahead. Say what you doing, so when we come back, we can see that
man,
difference.
do it, man.
What you got?
I mean, you know, I'm not like, you know, up there like him.
You really
know
are though, but
I mean, I got like like 46K on Instagram right now.
Oh, that's little.
Can you fit that out?
You wildin'.
Yeah, I mean,
you can't.
You wildin'.
The Wolf Graphic YouTube channel is at like
100. Let's just say 130.
20.
Let's say 30.
130K subs right now.
Man.
You know, on Facebook, you know, I'm at like 50K followers, 50K likes, and you know, the only way I can go is up. Yeah.
When we come back, you just check that difference, right?
Man, that's gonna be crazy. No, it's like we're all here and we're chilling and we look all cool and we have our clothes and stuff, and we're gonna come back with like Givenchy and like red bottoms and like Balenciaga. Got a fresh lace front.
I'm gonna have
like,
a guy come here and give me a new jacket. Gonna have me a fur jacket in the middle of the interview.
Someone just patting you down.
Exactly.
Let me sip my
Someone with a fan, or like Rick Ross, somebody just massaging, like just behind you, massaging your shoulders. Man.
Oh man, that'd be
wow.
nice.
Or we'll have like a vegan. We'll have vegan catering next time.
I'm messing with that.
That'd be dope.
That'll be lit.
Super dope.
Man, that's awesome. Oh yeah, Ashley, do your look at God.
Oh, my look at God. Okay. So it's about Nina. It's about her becoming my friend again. Cause like we had gotten mad at each other.
All friends do. Trust me.
Oh yeah, like we fucking fight. Like we fight. Like we have arguments. We disagree like all the time. But I feel like that's healthy because we can actually
talk it out very well.
And that's the reason we don't have other friends, because they can't talk about that shit.
Yes.
And you need to be comfortable with your friend and be able to tell them things you dislike. So we weren't friends for like a year and a half,
almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Dang.
Like
that's a long time.
Yeah. I didn't talk to her. I saw her one time. We were cordial.
Yeah.
But like I wasn't like
we shared a blunt.
I'm not talking to you about anything else, right?
Yeah.
And so Then an event happened. I'm not gonna say
I know. We'll talk about it on a future episode.
An event happened, and it was just like, damn, like, I'm a shitty friend. Like, I'm not there for her, and she needs me. Like, how am I gonna be out her life this long and then come back into it, like, because of this tragedy? And it's so crazy because before it happened, I would be in my car and I would just start thinking about her, and I'm like, fuck, like, why am I thinking about her? Like. And it was repetitive. It's like, you should text Nina. You should text Nina. You should text Nina. Ignored it. I was just like, I don't want to talk to her. Why am I feeling like this? Like, I'm going to just ignore it. And then it happened, and I'm just like, fuck.
Yeah.
I was supposed to talk to her before this.
Yeah.
And so, like, I remember she called me, and I was training for the job I currently have as a neurophysiologist now. So I was in Detroit. I had been gone for, like a month and a half already. Yeah. I was in Detroit, already sick of it, ready to come home because I was by myself, alone, didn't know nobody. And so then she calls me, and, like, I'm just on the phone with her, and I just apologize for, like, not being her friend. And then, like, we were just, like, both bawling.
Yeah.
We were just bawling.
I was like, we had that fuck it moment. Like, nah, fuck all of it. Fuck all that stupid shit.
Like,
you know, like.
Here for her.
Look at God.
Yeah, look at God. And it's like we've known each other the longest too. Yeah. So it's like it was
and like with the friendship being there, like I noticed I missed things. I was like, damn, like she was the one I knew was gonna be successful with me. She was like the only one I knew, like, okay, like for a fact Nina gonna make it. Like we gonna make it together, we gonna ball out, we gonna stun on niggas, like it's gonna be me and her. And then it's like, damn, she's not my friend no more. Like, I can't tell her about this amazing thing that happened.
Sometimes you feel like that when you don't have that person anymore.
But look, God lined it up so fucking right. Because, look, I got my job the same day she got her job. That made a difference in her life.
Like her first neuroscience job the same day I got my first biochemistry job.
Everything.
And we weren't even speaking when it happened. No. But we found out that it happened at the same day.
So, like, that shit, like, it was like, you felt something, like, and it just felt so crazy. And then another thing, like, I started getting this feeling like I don't like the position I'm in. I fucking hate this job. I hate working for somebody. Like, there's so much fucking opportunity out there. Like, why am I not going to get it?
Right.
And so then I suggested to Nina, like, hey, let's start a podcast. And she was like, you're like the second person that like told me this.
The weird thing for me was, like, I'm very spiritual. So I when I feel things strongly, I feel like something's meant to happen and something's trying to tell me something. And someone texted me saying, why don't you start a podcast? And then she texted me and said, do you want to start a podcast? Yeah. Two people who don't speak to each other. Yeah. Don't speak to each other, haven't seen each other in years.
Like, the shit just be lining up.
And I was like, when she said it, I was like, yeah. Obviously God. I mean, like, I was like, God told me to do it, so I have to, you know, like, and she's known me for so long. She knows that this is something that I was meant to do a long time ago, but she also knows my situation as to why I was not able to do it for so long. So it's kind of like, you know, God just aligns things.
He really lined it up so that we could do, like, we could buy all this shit. Yeah. Like, and we could afford to come out here.
Yeah, like, I feel like he made us wait till we had money, because it's like, we're not rich, but we're very comfortable now. Yeah. And so it's like, just like lining things up to where we're able to, like, even the beginning of this year, I had a car that I was afraid of driving because like shit was popping, like tires were popping left and right, and like it was just old as shit, and like, you know, it had 250,000 miles on it. And I was just pushing, you know, and then like I was able to like get the car of my dreams, and it was and during that time I was unemployed. Like my job had actually let off half the staff, and I got let off, but I put myself in the situation to, while I was not working, I was able to buy a brand new car. That's dope. So it's kind of like, and now we can drive out to LA like a million times. Like I've probably driven like 1,000 miles in the past 5 days, you know, but it's like, it's that hustle, and if we didn't link back up the way we linked back up, none of this will be happening. And that includes the job I have now I wouldn't have, like the car I have now I wouldn't have, like we wouldn't be doing this right now. So that's why I say, like, what happens in a year, like shit changes in a year, you know, like a lot changes, and it's like we just give everything up to God, which is why,
a lot could change even
in months. Yeah, that's why we want to do Look at God, because it's like, look at what he's doing. Like he's really doing some immaculate I'm not gonna
in the same sentence.
Like he's doing some immaculate stuff.
Yeah, that's dope. I really like that segment. Definitely, you know, with future people that y'all bring on, definitely keep that segment. I feel like that's gonna definitely keep y'all different from other people, and then adding more segments. Like I like that. Like I really do like that. That was nice.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you so much. Tell them where they can find you on social media. Once again.
Instagram and Facebook, Official Tazz. You can see all my work, all my projects, all my skits and everything. Twitter, it's Official Tazz. And check out our YouTube channel, Wolf Graphic. And yeah.
For me, Instagram is King Vader. I have a Twitter. It's I am King Vader. And I just started a personal YouTube channel. That's where, I'm going to have more of my, solo projects, short films I want to start. Is King Vader. So search that up and you're going to find me. And just like he said, check out our Wolf Graphic channel on YouTube. Wolf Graphic. And yeah,
And we're definitely gonna repost your videos to our Instagram because we're fans. So it's I'm like, this shit is funny. The world needs to see this shit. If you know how many people I shared that video with, you'd be like, oh, respect.
Definitely.
So watch this. Watch this.
They got a reblog.
Yeah.
Hey, wait till you see what we got next. That's all I gotta say. Wait till you see what we got next.
We'll be there.
It's going to break the internet.
That's our goal. Is breaking the internet. Period.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. Well, thanks, guys. I hope you enjoyed this conversation, and we're definitely going to come back for more. Thank you so much, you guys, for being here.
No problem. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for coming to Young and Getting It podcast.
Yes, Getting It podcast right here.
It's lit out here.
Because we young and getting it.
Yep.
We out here, ain't we?
Hey, we out here, ain't we?